Hi, my name is Joanna Reyes, and the object that represents me is a clarinet. This clarinet right here is something that I definitely valued as a child. It is a part of my childhood. I was in the band for a very long time down in Alhambra and Pasadena area, California. It was one of the biggest things that inspired me to get up in front of people, play, learn music, get to know other people, and really get me outside of who I am. I wasn't sure that I could play, but I learned so much determination from it. I also learned how to work well with as a team and make music together, which became something that I always want to accomplish, which is impacting people in a sense of not just Christianity, but also being able to have fun together while we're all here and knowing that someday we might not all still be here. That's something that is close to my heart, is making sure that when I meet someone, I am definitely taking the time to have a quality relationship with them. As an adult, that is what is important to me. It took me a while to realize that. But there's also on a clarinet 5 different parts. And I believe that with it, you can play on it and then come out with a different sound. It's not going to come out right. And that's kind of how I feel about my life. Sometimes the things that I want to excel in aren't always received or perceived the right way or the outcomes that I would like. That is an ongoing battle that I have with God. And that represents a little bit of my relationship with God and a challenge of going back and forth, wondering, is this the right thing to do? Is this not the right thing to do? So there are different parts to the clarinet, and part of it is making sure that you are fingering right. And if you are not, then it's not going to come out the right way. So I feel that that's sometimes maybe when we practice, it doesn't always make perfect. However, God does things with with an instrument, and I consider myself to be an instrument for God. So, regardless of whether my sound comes out right, my voice, my pitch, whatever it is that I want to do, I'm determined to make sure that it's done under God. That is something that is very important to me. God is a big part of my life, and I love to have my family involved in church and serving. Because when I have played the clarinet, I feel very accomplished, and I feel that I touch someone somehow. I am also involved in the worship group. So when I represent in the worship group, I represent someone that is praising God. Putting my hand up and just loving who I am singing for. Not necessarily to sound good, but praising God's name. And that is something that might touch someone that's just needed to hear the words from the song. So that's a part of my life. But also, the 5 parts is that there are different pieces that fall into place in my life. There is so much more for me to accomplish, and sometimes I get lost in it. So the clarinet is a big part of my upbringing and who I am as a person, because I'm also sensitive to the things that fall into place. It's an instrument that you must be sensitive with, because if you blow in any air into it, sometimes it's going to squeak. So it's kind of the same way I am. I'm very sensitive to the things that I hear, think, or feel, and very much am aware of my surroundings. So that's a part of who I am, which I want to be able to change. So in this journey with this public speaking class, I am very excited. I'm determined to find out a lot more about myself, and also want to inspire others to just make sure that whatever it is that you're doing love it with all your heart and just put as much effort as you can. Just like I did when I was young and I was a part of a band. That was one of the best things that I could have learned in my life, is to be able to be a team with someone and be in a band. Thank you very much.